Boy, Amari Points here, bringing you the latest movie review. Today, I'm doing my movie review on Justice League. I saw this last weekend, and I gotta say, it blew my mind away. It was epic and funny, and also a lot of uh, heartwarming scenes too. Especially, there were some I can't spoil for you guys, but you'll see soon enough. But this movie does deliver on many wow moments, like as we saw in like the previews and everything. We see some kind of like kick-ass scenes with all the members of the league, and we and we also get to see a familiar superhero return from the dead. I can't. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. Superman, of course. And this movie takes place a few months or a year after Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, which it was okay, though they could have added a lot more with that movie. But this movie, uh, this movie topped all the movies in the DC Entertainment Universe, and I gotta say, I was on the edge of my seat. This this doesn't top Thor Ragnarok though. It's somewhere up that level. It's getting there. But I gotta tell you, this movie will have you laughing and start yelling at the scenes. I didn't yell at the scenes, so don't worry. Don't worry. I didn't yell. But I think you guys will enjoy Justice League because, well, it has a great cast of people and great effects as well. Ben Affleck as Batman, he is. It's nice to see him reprise this role. He Batman was kind of a jerk. It's kind of a jerk from time to time to most of the members of the league. But in this movie, sorry guys, in this movie he's kind of less brutal. He's trying his best to lead this team along with Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. I'm not gonna lie, she is so hot, and it was nice to see her do a lot of epic fight scenes in this movie that I enjoyed so much. I can't wait to see her in Wonder Woman 2 and in the next Justice League movie. She she killed it in this movie. She brought a lot of badass moments in this movie too, and her acting was right on point. She didn't look like she was kidding around. She got right to the point. She was serious throughout her whole role, and she also had some funny moments too, which is exactly why I enjoy her character so much. I I really am glad that she took the time to be serious with this role and have a lot of fun moments with the role too. And Jason Momoa as Aquaman is he fits this role perfectly. He he him as Aquaman, he had a lot of funny scenes in this movie that I started cracking up to, and he also had some serious roles in this movie. I think, I think him as Aquaman makes a perfect fit in this movie because no, because he, I don't see him. I don't see anyone else being Aquaman aside from him. It feels like he fits this role really well. And as you guys saw in Batman vs Superman, we only got a little bit of cameo in him. It looked like, well, he was holding his breath underwater in the cameo in Batman vs Superman. But in this one, we actually see him be Aquaman like really well. I didn't see any flaws in his character, none whatsoever. He brought a lot of funny moments, like I said, and I I love how he like acts like this huge tough guy, but deep down he does care about other people aside from himself, which is why I think, which is why I can't wait for his solo movie Aquaman to come out. I want to see how that, I want to see how that goes. Maybe it'll be a pretty badass movie, or not. I can't judge. But I do hope it does be a badass movie. I mean, come on, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. You already know he's gonna deliver in his solo movie. You already know. And Ezra Miller, sorry, I'm still trying to wake myself up. Sorry, guys. Ezra Miller as Flash. He's a scene stealer, and in a good way though. And he brings a lot of humor to his character, and which is why I enjoy seeing him as Flash. He I don't know what to tell you, but he is also a perfect role for Flash. We see him like in a cameo where he just like pushes people away. Sorry. We see him push people away in Batman versus Superman in his little cameo, which I think, which back then he had long hair, but not in this one though. He cut it. And when Batman goes to recruit him, he seems really happy that he wants to be a part of this huge. He wants to be a part of this huge team, exactly. And plus, he always, it looks like he wanted to be really a part of something bigger and able to save the world from this huge threat that both Bruce and Diana said was coming. And it was not like it was nice seeing him. It was nice seeing him being a part of a bigger team, at such as the Justice League. I want to see. I can't wait to see how he progresses throughout the whole DC cinematic universe. I'm sure. I'm sure he'll be part of a huge role that everyone will see coming in their own kind of unique way. And Ray Fisher as Cyborg, oh my god, he was perfect. He was pretty awesome. He he gives himself a chance to prove he can be a hero among the league, and he he kind of, at the beginning of the movie he feels like he's like a monster, but Diana reminds him, as most of you saw in the previews of the movie, that he's not. He's just he's he's unique. He's he's just he's just special, and and that's why they recruited him along with the other members of the league, because of their special unique powers, and they can do things that other people can't. And I and what I can tell you about this is that Ray Fisher killed it as Cyborg. I I was kind of skeptical at first, but when I saw him in action, I loved it. He was just he was just I don't know what words cannot describe it. He was just a total badass. Along with Aquaman, they make the perfect Aquaman and Cyborg make the perfect like uh, team members of the league, with their total badass moves and everything and much more. And we get to the and Henry Cavill as Superman, he stepped up his game. Finally, we get a Superman that everyone is dying to see. We in the Man of Steel, he was kind of weak, but he but in Justice League, we see him be the Superman that all the fans were dying him to be. He wasn't kidding around. He wasn't pretending. He wasn't, well, acting as if he was doing uh, he he wasn't kidding around. Like I said, he was actually being the Superman that every single one in the DC cinematic universe wanted to be, which is what I enjoyed most about his character. He Henry Cavill as Superman. It's about time he finally stepped up his game and be Superman, the actual Superman that everyone wanted to see on the big screen. Like I said, he gets to he gets a lot of badass scenes in the fight against Steppenwolf, which I'll explain about the villain in a minute. And he also we also get to see him race Flash, and I can't say when though. You'll see soon enough when you go see the movie. I can't tell you which scene it is, but you're gonna have to see for yourself to see when they'll race. That's all I can tell you. And on to the villain, Steppenwolf. Oh my god, that villain was just lame. Like, really lame. He reminded me of the villain from Thor: The Dark World. He didn't really have a motive. He just wasn't that much of an important villain or anything else. It could have been great if they made him more appealing and interesting. The villain really didn't suit well with me. It's like one of those villains who don't really have a motive and they kind of well, don't really explain. They don't really give that much explanation on what their motives are. Steppenwolf is one of those villains. He just didn't really appeal to me. I thought he was going to explain like his whole plot, but he didn't. He was just one of those lame villains that didn't really didn't really explain what he was going to do when he took over the world. But and honest to God, I didn't really enjoy that. He could have done a whole lot more better. Like, make it more interesting and appealing. The villain should have been more badass, explaining everything play by play. He didn't do any of that. I wanted him to explain what he was going to do. But I guess Warner Brothers had other plans for the villains. Other plans for the villain, I guess. But hopefully, we see him. We see a bigger, badder villains in the next Justice League movie. So, villains that will, honest to God, explain their motives and be a bunch of badasses in the next Justice League movie. That's something I'm really dying to see in the next ones. So please DC, don't honest to God screw up these villains in the next movie. We want to see their motives. We want to see like them explain their plans on what they're gonna do next, and many more. Hopefully, we do see that, and we see them. We see them be a bunch of total badasses in this movie. In the next movie, I mean. That's something I'm really hoping that I get to see. That I get to see along with the rest of the DC fans. So please, Warner Brothers, make sure that the next Justice League movie doesn't suck as much as the next DC movie villains don't suck as much as Steppenwolf did. Because he didn't really have, like I said, he didn't really have a motive. The villain needs to have motives and explanations and all that. That's something that they need to do. And on to the rating. I give Justice League a B plus because the movie was epic and everything. I loved how the director Zack Snyder took the time to make sure that this Justice League movie was perfect, but I didn't really like the villain. The villain they should have worked more on. Made the villain more badass and more appealing. That's all I want. That's something I was really exciting. That's something I was really hoping they would do. Make the villain more interesting and appealing. And but all in all, this movie was epic, enjoyable, and something I think every single DC fan will enjoy seeing and watching. And that's it for my movie review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And be sure to press that little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified on when my next movie review is. Take care and God bless. Peace.